What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Logan Mogo 50 channel. My name is Logan, and I just want to do a quick video today on a millennial's perspective on the 1911, and kind of explain why I guess I've kind of gone against the norm, I guess you could say, of deciding to carry a 1911 besides all the other kind of pistol designs that are out there. So today this is a Ruger 1911. SR 1911. I got that whenever Ruger first started making 1911s back in, I think it was 2010 or 2011. I picked up this 1911, and then I have this is a Kimber Tactical Entry 2. I've had this for a number of years also. So why did I choose a 1911? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One of the first reasons I probably chose 1911 was I really like the caliber that it shoots. 45 ACP, of course, has been around a very long time. It was designed for the 1911, and the 1911 was designed for the 45. So it's something that goes really good together. When you're shooting 45 in a 1911, you know, the recoil is very manageable. Of course, if you have a steel frame 1911, you got a little bit extra weight. With this Kimber, I mean, it's a pretty heavy gun. You also have a extended guide rod, so that adds a little bit more weight to it. So it makes shooting the 45 super comfortable, and you can do it very accurately too. So 45, you know, there's all kinds of ballistic tests out there for it. You know, is it better than 9mm? I don't know. You know, I shoot that caliber the best. You know, I like the bigger grainage in that bullet, so I'm not going to debate on whether 9mm is better than 45 or 45 is better than 9mm. Honestly, I don't really care. It just, the best gun that you could possibly carry that has the best caliber is the gun that you have on you when you need it, right? So it doesn't matter if you're carrying a 22 or a freaking Desert Eagle, you know, 50 cal, as long as you got something on you. So I really like I said before, I like the caliber that it shoots. I know with the 1911 you're kind of down on capacity. Usually you can get 7+1 if you're carrying concealed. With my full-size 1911s, I don't really conceal carry those. I have a commander size SIG 1911 that's my designated carry gun. And with that, I actually use these Wilson Combat magazines. And as you can tell, the base plate is not very big on them. So I'm able to carry 8+1 in my carry 1911. But for these guns right here, I always run, you know, just regular 8-round magazines. So you get 8+1 inside of these, which you know, is perfect for a range gun. Or, you know, what I really think a 1911 was kind of designed for was not mainly for a, you know, primary weapon, but a good secondary weapon. So a good backup to your rifle. I think the 1911 does a very good job in that perspective. You know, for soldiers, the 1911 just fit really well with them, and they really liked it, and they continue to use it for a very long time. So the caliber was a big choice in me deciding to carry a 1911. I know you can get other caliber 1911s now, like they have 9mm, and I think they have 40 Smith & Wesson, and I think I even saw a 357 1911. So I mean, there's all kinds of calibers you can get for 1911 now, but I really like 45 in the 1911. Okay, so the number 2 reason why I chose a 1911, the trigger. So the trigger on 1911s, of course, you have a single action gun, so it's going to be a lot, you know, the trigger pull is going to be much less than a double action gun. So if you have like a double action only revolver, your trigger squeeze is going to be pretty hard, pretty long. And with 1911, you know, you have a single action trigger, so you have a super clean break. A lot of people compare the 1911 trigger to like breaking glass because it's so smooth. And that just kind of helps you shoot it a little bit better. So whenever I go out and I shoot the 1911, you know, I feel pretty confident whenever I shoot it because I know the trigger is kind of helping me out in a way. I don't know if it's really providing more accuracy, but it's just for my self-esteem, I guess, whenever I'm shooting it, my confidence when shooting. I feel a lot more confident when shooting the 1911, and I'm able to hit more often. So the trigger was a big reason for me carrying a 1911. Honestly, when you're choosing a carry gun, you probably want to choose something that you can hit pretty good with. And with a 1911, I mean, it almost comes natural the way that you are able to hit with it. So I chose 1911 for that because I can hit with it. So there's that reason. Let's see, the number three reason rather. This one is kind of just off the wall, but I chose the 1911 because it is freaking more American than apple pie. This was designed by John Moses Browning in 1911, and it's fought in 2 world wars. A lot of people say, "Oh my God, the 1911 has won 2 world wars." Well, I don't know if it's been in 2 world wars. I don't know if it's really won them, but it's just an American gun. Whenever people think of America, I'd like to think that they think of a 1911 because it's been around forever. It's kind of a staple of our military and the people who carried them. There's a lot of history that goes back with the 1911 that is pretty cool and I guess pretty American to like. So that's kind of one of the things I did it, or why I chose it. And I guess we'll just move on to the 4th reason that kind of goes along with that. But 4th reason I chose it is because it's different. Nowadays, there's so many different polymer pistol designs. Glock is really popular with people my age. I'm 21 right now, and either people my age don't even carry guns, they're not into guns, or if they do carry a gun, it's usually some kind of polymer framed 9mm, like a Glock or a XD or a CZ or something like that. Like a CZ, was it the P10C? That's a polymer frame gun. So they're all carrying Glocks. I wish they were carrying 1911s, but they're all carrying Glocks. And whenever I first got into guns, I would kind of fell into that group. At one point, I think I had 3 Glock 19s, and I just didn't know much about firearms. I just knew that, the Glock 19 is a super popular gun. Whenever anybody asks about, what kind of gun they should get, everybody always says a Glock, or, a Glock 19, Glock 17. I'm not hating on Glocks. I still have a 43 and a 27, but I sold all my 19s and I sold the 21 to get more 1911s. Just because I found, the 1911, I shoot that gun very well. And, I shot the Glocks pretty well too, but I don't know, it just kind of goes back to that 3rd and 4th reason of why I have a 1911. It's unique. Not a lot of people are carrying them who are my age, at least. You'll find older guys usually carrying a 1911 because that's just how it is, I guess. Just the 1911 has been around forever, and the older guys kind of appreciate it more than the younger guys do. The younger guys kind of like, want to know what the newest thing is that's out and stuff. But, there's other younger guys who like 1911s. They might not carry a 1911. They might choose to carry a Glock. But, they still might like 1911, and that's super cool. Let's see, what else? So I guess, what am I on, number 5? A 5th reason why I like 1911 is much like an AR-15. There's so many different parts that you can, to customize your gun the way that you want to. Like, this is a tactical entry too, but of course I put on some Warrior grips from Kimber. So like the Warrior grips, you can mess with different sears, different hammers, different beaver tails, different triggers, different sights, different slide stops. Like, this is an extended slide stop. It's not the regular one that came on it. You can get skeletonized triggers that have something like this, or you can get skeletonized triggers that have something like this. It just depends. You can get a beveled magazine weld if you want to. You can get that if you want to. This has checkering on the front also. This one just has a regular magazine weld, a little bit beveled, but not too big. And then it's just smooth right up here up front. So no checkering on the front. It does have some, I'm trying to show you this, here on the back right here. It does have a little bit right there. So yeah, there's just so many different parts that you can put in your gun. If you want a full-length guide rod, you can definitely put that in your 1911 if you want to. If you have one that has a full-length guide rod and you don't like that anymore because, I don't know, it's more difficult to take apart or whatever, you can take it out and switch that around. You can get different barrel bushings. A lot of people, what they'll do with the 1911, they'll do like a reverse crowning of the barrel. So that just protects the outside the barrel right here. So some people say if you bump this against something, you could put a dent in it and it could screw up your accuracy. So a lot of people do with a reverse crowning just to protect it a little bit better. I haven't had any issue with mine. It's just kind of more of an aesthetic thing, I think. It definitely looks cool though. Yeah, so you can get different beaver tails. This one is of course like a high-rise beaver tail, so it protects your hand back here from hammer bite. That used to be something really popular in the original 1911s, but nowadays almost all your guns, all your newer 1911s will come with a high-rise beaver tail or an A1 style beaver tail. So it protects your hand, and so you don't get that. Let's see. So the sights, this one of course has night sights. You can't see it right now because it's daytime, but this one has night sights on it. They're pretty good. I've had this gun, man, I want to say like maybe 6 or 7 years, and the tritium is still really bright in them. Not as bright as when the gun first came out of box, but still pretty bright. And then this Ruger right here, it comes with just regular like Novak style of sights. Those aren't glow in the dark, or they don't have any tritium in them. So, that's just something I really like about the 1911 is there's just so many parts. Like this one has a rail on it. This one doesn't have a rail, so you can put on different lights and stuff. Not really, I wouldn't carry a 1911 with a rail for a concealed carry weapon, but just because the gun would be so freaking heavy. But anyway, there is that. So yeah, this is kind of my video on why I chose to carry 1911, a millennial's perspective. So kind of going against the norm here, and just telling you why I like the 1911. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is kind of just a short little video I thought of and thought I might share. If you guys like it, please like the video. If you have any comments that you'd like to post in the comment section, please go ahead. I like hearing from y'all, seeing what ideas and thoughts you guys have. So hope you guys stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching.